Wait. There you go. You're live.
My reading is from Joshua, the allotments of Ephraim. The allotment of Joseph began at the Jordan of Jericho, east of the waters of Jericho, and went up there and through the desert and into the hill country of Bethel. It went on from Bethel, that is Luz, crossed over to the territory of the Anakites in Anathoth, descended westward to the territory of the Japhanites, as far as the region of the lower Beth Horon, and into Gezer, ending at the sea. So Manasseh and Ephraim and the descendants of Joseph received their inheritance. This was the territory of Ephraim, clan by clan. The boundary of their inheritance went on to Anathoth, Adar in the east, to the upper Beth Horon, and continued to the sea. From Machmetha on to the north, it curved eastward to Tanath Shio, passed on by it to Jano on the east, and then it went down to Janoah to the Anathoth, and Nerath, touched the Jericho, and came out on the Jordan. From Tappuah, the border went west to the Kana ravine and ended at the sea. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the Ephraimites, clan by clan. It also included all the towns and their villages that went and were set aside for the Ephraimites within the inheritance of the Manassites. They did not dislodge the Canaanites living in Gezer, and to this day the Canaanites live among the people of Ephraim, but they are required to do forced labor. The allotment for Manasseh. This is the allotment for the tribe of Manasseh, as Joseph's firstborn is for Machir, Manasseh's firstborn. Machir was the ancestor of the Gileadites, who had received Gilead and Bashan, because the Machites were great soldiers. So this allotment was for the rest of the people of Manasseh. The clan of Ebenezer, Helkai, Aristel, Shechem, Hefer, Shemaiah. These are the other male descendants of Manasseh, son of Joseph, by their clans. Now Zelophehad, son of Hefer, and son of Gilead, and the son of Machir, and the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but only daughters, whose names were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, Chizar, and they went to Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and to the leaders and said, Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brothers. So Joshua gave them an inheritance along with the brothers and their father, according to the Lord's command. Manasseh's share consisted of 10 tracts of land beside the Gilead and Bashan east of the Jordan, because of the daughters of the tribes of Manasseh had received an inheritance among the sons. The land of Gilead belonged to the rest of the descendants of Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh extended from the Asher to Machmetha, east of Shechem. The boundary ran southward from there to include the people living in En-Tapah, and Manasseh had the land of Tapah, but Tapah itself on the boundary of Manasseh belonged to the Ephraimites. Then the boundary continued south to the Kanah ravine. There were towns belonging to Ephraim lying among the towns of Manasseh, but the boundary of the Manasseh, it was the northern side of the ravine and ended at the sea. On the south, the land belonged to Ephraim, on the north to Manasseh. The territory of Manasseh reached the sea and bordered Asher on the north and Ishtar on the east. Within Ishtar and Asher, Manasseh also had Bethshan, Abilam, and the people of Dor, Endor, Tanakh, and Medigdo, together with their surrounding settlements. The third in the list is Nephah. Yet Manasseh was not able to occupy these towns, for the Canaanites were determined to live in that region. However, when the Israelites grew stronger, they subjected the Canaanites to forced labor, but did not drive them out completely. The people of Joseph said to Joshua, "Why have you given us only one allotment and one portion for an inheritance? We are a numerous people, and the Lord has blessed us abundantly." "If you are so numerous," Joshua answered, "but if the hill country Ephraim is too small for you to go up into the forest and clear land for yourselves, there in the land of the Perizzites and the Raphidites." The people of Joseph replied, "The hill country is not enough for us, and all of the Canaanites who live in the plain have iron chariots, both those in Beth Shan and its settlement, and those in the valley of Jezreel." But Joshua said to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim and to Manasseh, "You are numerous and very powerful. You will not only have one allotment, but the forested hill country as well. Clear it, and its furthest limits will be yours. Though the Canaanites have iron chariots, and though they are strong, you can drive them out." The tabernacle was set up at Shiloh. The whole assembly of the Israelites gathered at Shiloh and set up the tent of the meeting there. The country was brought under their control, but there were still 7 Israelite tribes who had not yet received their inheritance. Division of remaining land. So Joshua said to the Israelites, "How long will you wait before you begin to take possession of the land that the Lord God of your fathers has given you? Appoint 3 men from each tribe, and I will send them out to make a survey of the land and write a description of it, according to the inheritance of each. Then they will return to me, and you will divide the land into 7 parts. Judah is to remain in its territory on the south, and the house of Joseph in its territory on the north. After you have written descriptions of the 7 parts of the land, bring them here to me, and I will cast lots for you in the presence of the Lord our God. The Levites, however, do not get a portion among you, because the priestly service of the Lord is their inheritance. And Gad, Reuben, and half-tribe of Manasseh have already received their inheritance on the east side of the Jordan. Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave it to them. As the men started on their way to map out the land, Joshua instructed them, "Go and make a survey of the land and write a description of it, and then return to me, and I will cast lots for you here at Shiloh, in the presence of the Lord." So the men left and went through the land, wrote down its description on a roll, town by town, in 7 parts. They returned to Joshua in the camp at Shiloh. To Joshua they cast lots for them in Shiloh in the presence of the Lord, and there he distributed the land to the Israelites according to their tribal divisions. The allotments made for Benjamin. A lot came up for the tribe of Benjamin, clan by clan. Their allotted territory lay between the tribes of Judah and Joseph. On the north side of their boundary began at the Jordan and passed the northern slope of Jericho, headed west into the hill country, coming out at the desert of Beth-aven. And from there it crossed to the south slope of Luz, that is Bethel, and went down to Eratoth Adar to this hill on the south of Lower Beth Horon. And the hill facing Beth Horon on the south, the boundary turned south and south. On the south, boundary turned south along the western side and came out at Kiran Baha, that is Kiran Jearim, a town of the people of Judah. And this is on the western side. The southern side began at the outskirts of Kirith Jearim on the west, and the boundary came out at the spring of the waters of Nephtoah. And the boundary went down to the foot of the hill country, facing the valley of Beth Horon, north of the valley of Repatah. It continued down to Hinnom Valley, along the southern slope of the Jebusite city, and so on to En Rogel, then curved north, went to En Shemesh, continued to Giletoth, which faces the pass of Adam Numan, and ran down to the stone of Boa, son of Reuben. It continues to the northern slope of Beth Arab, and on down to the Arabah, and there to the northern slope of Beth Hogla, and came out on the northern bay of the Salt Sea, at the mouth of the Jordan in the south. This was the southern boundary. The Jordan formed the boundary of the eastern side. These were the boundaries marked out by the inheritance of the clans of Benjamin on all sides. The tribe of Benjamin, clan by clan, had the following cities: Jericho, Beth Hoglan, Emek, Kerez, Beth Arabah, Zeramine, Bethel, Avium, Parah, Oprah, Kepher, Haman, Ophi, and Geb 12, and Geba, 12 towns and their villages: Gaban, Ramoth, Beeroth, Mitzvah, Kerapeth, Moez, Rakem, Irapel, Terah, Zela, Halapai, and the Jesuit city, that is Jerusalem, Gilah, Kiran, 14 towns and their villages. And this was the inheritance of Benjamin and for its clans. The allotments of Simeon, Zebulun, Ishtar, Asher, and Naphtali, and Dan. The second lot came out for the tribe of Simeon, clan by clan. Their inheritance lay within the territory of Judah. It included Beersheba, or Sheba, Mohalah, Hazar, Shula, Bala, Ezim, Elot-lad, Bethhol, Hormah, Ziklat, Beth Markobeth, Hazar Suan, Beth Lobeth, Shuran, 13 towns and their villages. Anan, Raymond, Esther, Asher, 4 towns and their villages. And all of the villages around these towns as far north as Belatha, Bir, Ramah, and into the Niger. This was the inheritance of the tribe of the Simonites, clan by clan. The inheritance of the Simonites was taken from the share of Judah because Judah's portion was more than they needed. So the Simeonites received their inheritance within the territory of Judah. A third lot came up for Zebulun, clan by clan. The boundary of their inheritance went as far as Sered, going west, ran to Merahalah, touched Dabasher, extended to the ravine north of Joachim, and turned east from Sered toward the sunrise to the territory of Kishloth Tabor, and went on to Dabaner and on to Joppa. And it continued east to Gath Heber and Ethkazan, and it came out at Rimmon and turned north to Neo. There the boundary was round on the north to Hanathoth, ended in the valley of Ipta El, and included were Kata, Netali, Shimron, Ediah, Bethlehem, and there were 12 towns and their villages. These villages and towns were the inheritance of Zebulun, clan by clan. The fourth lot came to Ishkar, clan by clan. Their territory included Jerez, Jeril, Keslo, Shilom, Haroham, Cheyenne, Anahareth, Rebeth, Kishnan, Ebez, Remeth, En-Ganah, El-Hadan, Beth Pezez, and the boundary touched Tabor, Shurhaban, the Beth Shemesh, and ended at the Jordan. There were 16 towns and their villages. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Ishkar, clan by clan. The fifth lot came up for the tribe of Asher, clan by clan. Their territory included Helkath, Helai, Betan, Ashpeth, Elimelech, Ahmad, Mishal on the west. The boundary touched Carmel, Shirhon, Lebath. It then turned east toward Beth Dagon, touched Zebulun in the valley of Ipath El, and went north to Beth Emek, Neel, passing Kabel on the left. It went on to Abon, Rebhor, Hammon, and Cana as far as the greater Sidon. The boundary then turned back toward Ramah and went to the fortified city of Tyre, turned toward Hosah, and came out at the sea in the region of Eskeb, Zib, Unam, Aphek, and Rehob. These were 22 towns and their villages. The towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Asher, clan by clan. The sixth lot came out to Naphtali, clan by clan. Their boundary went from Helapha and the large tree at Zananim, passing Adamai, Zebkek, and Jabneel, to Lakim, ended at the Jordan. The boundary ran west through Eznoth, Tabor, and came out at Hukok. It touched Zebulun on the south, Asher on the west, and the west of the Jordan on the east. And fortified cities were Zidium, Zur, Hamath, Rekath, Kenath, Edma, Ramah, Hosar, Kadesh, Eden, Idri, En Hazor, Iron Meged, Migdal, El, Horon, Beth Anan, Beth Shemesh. These were 19 towns and their villages. These towns and villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Naphtali, clan by clan. The seventh lot came out from the tribe of Dan, clan by clan. Territory inheritance included Zorah, Ashtalah, Shemesh, Shahalaban, Evjalon, Itlan, Elon, Timnan, Ekan, Ilakai, Gibbethon, Babloth, Jared, Ben, Barak, Gath, Rimmon, Mezarkon, Raycon, with the area facing Joppa. But the Danites had difficulty taking possession of their territory, so they went up and attacked Leshem and took it, put it to the sword, occupied it, and they settled in Leshem and named it Dan after their forefather. These towns and their villages were the inheritance of the tribe of Dan, clan by clan. Joshua's special allotment. When they had finished dividing the land in its allotted portions, the Israelites gave Joshua son of Nun an inheritance among them. So as the Lord commanded, they gave him the town he had asked for, Timnath Serah, in the hill country of Ephraim, and he built up the town and settled there. These territories are the territories of Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the heads of the tribal clans of Israel, assigned by the lot at Shiloh in the presence of the Lord at the entrance to the tent of the meeting. And so they finished dividing the land. 6 cities were appointed places of refuge. Then the Lord said to Joshua, "Tell the Israelites to designate the cities of refuge as I instructed through Moses, so that anyone who kills a person accidentally and unintentionally may flee there and find protection from the avenger of blood. When he flees to one of these cities, he can stand at the entrance to the city gate, state his case before the elders of that city, and then they are to admit him to the city and give him a place to live within them. And if the avenger of blood pursues him, they must not surrender the one who was accused because he killed his neighbor unintentionally and without malice and aforethought. It is said he is to stay in the city until he has stood trial before the assembly and until the death of the high priest who is serving at that time. And then he may go back to his own town, in their town from which he had fled. So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee, in the hill country of Naphtali, Shechem in the hill country of Ephraim, Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the hill country of Judah, and on the east side of the Jordan of Jericho they designated Bezer in the desert on the plateau in the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth in Gilead in the tribe of Gad, and Golan in Bashan in the tribe of Messai. Any of the Israelites or any alien living among them who had killed someone accidentally could flee to these designated cities and not be killed by the avenger of blood prior to standing trial before the assembly. This is the word of God. Thank you. I had printed a map and I left it in the car, and without the map to visualize the locations of all of the cities are kind of up in the air in today's world. So I advise you to get on the internet and look for the early divisions of the tribe of Israel. And there's 3 or 4, well, actually there's a lot of maps with all the divisions in different colors for each one of the tribes. And I thank you for listening.